Alright guys, so as we all know, there is a new transforming Goku Black coming soon to JP Dokkan. Now, when I say coming soon, I expect we will probably get a data download for this Goku Black on the 26th. Mondays is usually when JP Dokkan does do their data downloads. Like, I believe the 5th was it the Beerus cards? Yeah, it was Beerus ZZA and Cell ZZA. The 12th was the Peppy Gals units, all the waifu units for Brienne and stuff. And then on the 19th was the Dragon Ball Heroes cards. I think the 26th will be the transforming Goku Black and whatever new cards might come with him. Now, we got this info from VJump, right? We know that he's a transforming Extreme Int type card, but what we don't know is what his category is, right? So I think a really good idea for a category could be like an evil Saiyan or a rogue Saiyan or a villain Saiyan. Now, it is close, like it would have a lot of overlap with just the pure Saiyan team, but if they got the right like kind of cards in there, like if they did some of the baby cards, maybe, Captain Ginyu and Goku's body, adding some of those into the category will make it feel a lot different from the pure Saiyan category. So let's kind of go off of that assumption that Goku Black's category would be like evil Saiyan, right? And let's sort of, take a look at the many options we would have for this team and also kind of build a team at the same time. So the new Goku Black is going to be a base Goku Black card. So he's going to be right here, right? I don't think, the physical one was worth really much merit anyway. The SSR of the LR is solid, but, it's nothing too crazy that we won't be missing out on him. So, because of the fact that it's a base Goku Black that transforms into Rose, that means we will actually be able to use a Rose card. So, of course, SCR Rose is going to be one of the first units you would want on this team with his 120% attack buff, Extreme Allies 3 key and defense 50%, and then his 160% 12 key multiplier, which I believe only him, Tech Vegito, and Tech Vegito Blue have, because I think everyone always goes, oh, there's the Cell Jr., but we're actually going to double check this right now, but doesn't that Cell Jr. only have a 150% 12 key multiplier? I believe so. So I think the Vegito Blue and the Goku Black cards are actually the ones with the highest 12 key multiplier in the game. So this one, you're at 140. That's the rare card. Let's see. This N1 is at 160. Okay, there it is. Okay. So he is up there with SCR Rose and Tech Vegito Blue then. All right, well, Cell Jr. Pretty good considering he's only an N card. That's crazy. All right, so we'll have the Rose Goku Black, right? Now, going back, would the Goku Black and Zamasu card work here? I'm going to guess no, because usually, they don't do... Look at, Vegeta and Bulma, right? Because of Bulma's presence, they don't put that in the Pure Saiyan category. Or, look at Gohan and Videl. Because of Videl's presence, they don't put that card in the Hybrid Saiyan category. Or because of Gohan's presence, they don't put it in the Peppy Gals category. So, I don't think the TUR Goku Black or LR Goku Black would fit in this category, and I don't think Fusion Zamasu would either. So I think we'd only have the base Goku Black cards and the Super Saiyan Rose. I mean, that's good because we'll finally have a team where it's not going to be in your best interest to run this guy plus LR Goku Black. That's like a rotation you could run on Realm of Gods, Patara, and the future team, and they just absolutely dominate, right? Now, there's a lot of other villain Saiyan cards. So, Nappa, of course, would be on there. Nappa does not have any good cards, though. His best card for sure is this TUR right here. But this is an extreme physical support type unit, basically. So, he's not gonna do too well there. We do need a much better Nappa. Eventually, they are going to give us one. They've given us some pretty good Namek era cards of late. So I do think eventually they will go back, give us maybe a good Piccolo from the Saiyan Saga, a good Nappa, a good Raditz, a better Scouter Vegeta, all of those characters. For now, I think all these Nappas would work on that category, but they're not anything you would use. Now, Vegeta's pretty interesting, right? the first thing I want to do, I really should have started the video talking about this, but we could talk about the Black Masked Saiyan, the Masked Saiyan, Bardock, and then, of course, the Dark Masked King, the King Vegeta card. Another reason I think it could be highly likely that Goku Black's category would be Evil Saiyans is because that would mesh with some of these Heroes cards they just released on JP, which is what they did last year, where they dropped the Super Saiyan 3 Gohan and Trunks cards that worked with a category that came out like a week later. So it would follow the same formula they did last year. Dokkan usually does like to do things like, using very formula, right? So I very much could see this being realistic, and of course the Black Masked Saiyan would fit on the team, and he would be a pretty good option. I don't think he'd be really too bad. Now, in terms of other Vegeta cards, I do think we could see a lot of Vegetas make their way onto this category. I don't know about Kid Vegeta, but certainly a lot of base form Vegetas could, the Scouter Vegeta, the AGL, and physical ones. I don't really think Badman Vegeta should be on the category. He's not really good enough anyway, but he is an extreme card, which is interesting. So, I don't know. We have these. Maybe, some of these Super Saiyan Vegetas would count. I really don't think this LR Super Saiyan Vegeta should be on like an Evil Saiyan category, but he is an extreme card, so maybe he would be. And then, of course, pretty much after Super Saiyan Vegeta cards, all of these are just hero cards at this point. All the GT Super Saiyan Vegetas, all the God Vegetas, Super Saiyan 3, all that stuff. So it would really be like, LR Super Saiyan Vegeta, and then some of these base form Vegetas. We still do need a very strong Vegeta from Namek. The Vegeta that fights and dies against Frieza on Namek is not yet in Dokkan, which is very, very bizarre. I'm sure he will arrive eventually. See, this category could be good because it could incentivize Dokkan to give us better versions of a lot of these characters they've forgotten for years, like Nappa and Raditz and, etc. So, of course, the Masked Saiyan would certainly be here. But pretty much from like Bardock cards, I think only the Masked Saiyan would work. I don't think like the Team Bardock characters would fit here, even though they are like, kind of, the villainous Saiyans, right? That TV special does frame them in such a way that they're not like, villain type characters or rogue type characters. Now, Broly. We already know. Listen, the movie characters are going to come out. This is another reason I could see this being a possibility because, again, they give us this hype Goku Black, and then, the very next Dokkan Fest is probably going to be Broly, and boom, we have another top-tier monster who could be added to this category and be absolutely vicious. So, of course, we will pull LR Broly off. We would definitely want to run him on this villain team with how strong LR Broly is. The other thing, too, I have to be so clear about this. I'm pretty sure the Dragon Ball Super Broly, like, he's going to have a different name. Like, it's not just going to be Broly and Super Saiyan Broly and stuff. They're going to give him a different name to indicate he's the Dragon Ball Super version. So I think all the new Broly cards should work with all the old Broly cards. So that would mean you could have, the full power Super Saiyan Broly from the movie, and you'd have Legendary Super Saiyan Broly on the same team. That would be very cool. Bio Broly would be on the category, and same with Super Saiyan 3 Broly. I don't particularly like either of those units too much, but we could pull Super Saiyan 3 Broly right here, because, is he a good unit? Yes. Is he a great unit? No. But I do think Super Saiyan 3 Broly is, at least good, right? Alright, so moving on, we have Raditz cards. Again, Raditz has just been habitually shit on by the Dragon Ball, franchise forever. And Dokkan especially so. This Int Raditz is useful as a free-to-play AoE unit, but I would like to see a very strong TUR Raditz released. That would be very cool, right? Because at the beginning of the story, we're left at a point where Goku is the strongest in the world, basically looks like, and then Piccolo's right there. Like, Goku just barely beats him. Like, so, you think if Piccolo fought the right way, he could win, and then Raditz shows up, and he just dicks them both down with little effort. So, I do think Raditz is deserving of a Dokkan Fest, maybe not, but alongside like a Dokkan Fest, I think Scouter Vegeta could get a Dokkan Fest, and Vegeta is so popular that I think they could sell that, and I think they should. and then they could release like a ridiculously good TUR Raditz and Nappa along with that Vegeta Dokkan Fest. I think that's a really good idea for like a Saiyan Saga category team, although there's not a lot of great units from that era yet in Dokkan. Alright, so Turles. Of course, y'all listen. Again, we already know. This Turles right here, one of the best units in the game. If I did like a top 10 TUR list right now, this Turles might be dangerously close to the number 1 spot. Just as time goes on, it's just crazy how amazing he actually turned out to be. Very, very good. He will, if this is what the category will be, Evil Saiyans, Turles, again, will be a must-use right off the bat. Like, you go transforming Goku Black, and then SCR Rose and Turles. Those are like your top 3. They will be hugely important for the team. Now, of course, so you won't really want to use the other Turleses. The Int one actually could be good if you don't have the AGL Turles. This guy is still very decent. You know, Key 3, 20% attack for all allies. He does have the high chance to stun. Very, very good for, like, Super Battle Road and stuff like that. But yeah, Turles cards are very good. Even the Great Ape Turles is actually a pretty solid unit who could do damage on this category that we're looking at right here. King Vegeta cards, again, I don't know that King Vegeta is completely a villain, right? Because just like how Bardock dies fighting Frieza, King Vegeta also dies fighting Frieza. Remember, you know, at least in the anime, they kind of, you know, frame it in a way where King Vegeta actually does lead an assault on Frieza shortly before Frieza destroys the planet, right? So, I don't know. And then Dark Mask King, I think, should almost certainly be added to this category. He could be interesting, because Dark Mask King is a very, very good defensive unit. He has a lot of defense, which is actually pretty cool. Alright, so Paragus, for sure, I think, should be on here. This is the only Paragus card. Yo, his 12 multiplier is 128%. That's so goofy. So he should for sure be on the... His rare chance of stunning all enemies is 4%. He's so bad. Wow. Alright. But the new Paragus probably would qualify as well, I think, for this category. This old Paragus you wouldn't want to use, but the new one, you know, we never know. They could really make, like, the new Paragus from the Broly movie, like a ridiculous support type unit for Broly himself, right? Wouldn't that make sense? What if the new Paragus was like, you know, attack and defense 30% for himself, and then raises Broly units attack by like 70% or something like that. So like, he's good as long as you've got him with Broly. That would be really interesting, man. That's something I hope that we could see them do. That could make him really good in this category as well. Alright, so moving on. Now, the baby units, right? I think this is where the category could really open up, because almost certainly, I think in the future, we will get a Dokkan Fest Super Baby 2. You know, they have kind of, like, spun around and started to put respect on a lot of these older villains, right? Metal Cooler just got a Dokkan Fest. Lord Slug just finally got a story event. Turles just got a Dokkan Fest. Now, I could see Super Baby 2 getting a Dokkan Fest. I could see, you know, like Garlic Jr. characters being added, stuff like that. But a Super Baby 2 Dokkan Fest would be interesting, because I think they could do, he could be a transforming card, like, you know, the normal transforming ones, like, you know, UI Goku, Evolution Blue Vegeta, and then he could transform into the Golden Great Ape. Not a giant category unit, but an actual transformation unit, right? So that could be very interesting. You could use him alongside this Super Baby. This Super Baby would actually be decent on this category. And because Baby is in, that's Vegeta's body he's in, I would almost certainly hope like they would have to put him on here. Baby is solid on the Enhanced Transformation team, no doubt. And then, of course, there also are other Baby units, like, you know, there's the Gohan, the Goten, the Trunks, who have, you know, baby cells inside of them and are, you know, basically evil Saiyans. So I think those units could possibly also be on the category. Maybe they wouldn't do Gohan, Trunks, and Goten, though, because they are hybrid Saiyans, you know, the half-bloods. So maybe we could count them out. But I think all the super babies, you know, Baby Vegeta, all of those cards should certainly be in the category. Now, some units that maybe won't make it. We do have this Tech Ginyu Force here, Ginyu in Goku's body. This one probably won't make it because it's a whole Ginyu Force team. However, I could see this SR Ginyu in Goku's body. He could make it. Because even though Jace is there in the card art, it's just, Ginyu Goku. So, we'll see. He's a bad card because he's only an SR, but maybe eventually they would release, a better version of Ginyu in Goku's body, because it was an epic moment back when it happened in Dragon Ball Z. Now, there's two other characters I wanted to look at. One of them I forgot to bring up. Whoops. Cell and Mira. These are two characters that have Saiyan cells in them, so very likely would not be on the category, but like if they did happen to be on there, it would make a little sense, because Cell and Mira are very similar, in how they're created and designed and stuff, with all, cells of all different powerful warriors. Obviously, if Cell is on the category, at that point, LR Cell and Tech and Int EZA cells become very, very good options. This GT farmable perfect cell becomes a very good support type option for the team. So there's a lot of different units here that could slide into a pretty good Evil Saiyan team. And then, of course, the last one being Mira. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of either of the Mira cards, the old one or the new Super Mira. But, you could maybe get them into the category. I mean, Super Mira is essentially Super Saiyan Mira anyway, so I don't know. But there we go, guys. There's kind of, a thing. Like, you could build, again, like SCR Rose, Int Rose. We could have Turles, that's 3 units. LR Broly will be our 4th. We could have Black Mass Saiyan as the 5th unit. And then, like, Mass Saiyan, Super Saiyan 3 Broly, Super Baby 2. One of those units as our last, unit on the team. Could actually be a pretty decent team, right? And especially if they actually add upgrades to some of these other, sort of, villain Saiyans. Super Baby 2, Nappa, Raditz could all get big upgrades in the future who could be useful for this team. So we'll see what they do. We have the Dragon Ball Super Broly coming up. Again, he's another option. I really do hope that whatever Goku Black's category ends up being, it does incorporate some of the new Dragon Ball Hero cards. I think that would be smart. And for global players, I do sort of think that Global might start getting those Heroes cards at some point in the future, too. So don't lose hope for that yet. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.